I've got a double take, I think, Shaun. Oh my days, that has literally gone on the drop. Look at that then, what a cracking 20-pounder new Carp from ProLogic. Double hookup! Right then, well, welcome to another video. I'm back out on the bank and you join me for the next 24 hours carp fishing on a large reservoir. Now I am with Shaun, but he's making his own video targeting large ropes, so fingers crossed he can get a few of those and I can get a few carp under my belt for this video. Now the house is already up, but I need to get the leading rod out. I've seen a few fish out in front of me, so I just want to gauge the range and yeah, get fishing as quick as we can. I'm feeling pretty confident, so let's go, get the rods out, get fishing, and fingers crossed we can put a few on the bank. Right then, well, I'm just going to have a little lead about where I've seen some fish out in front of me here. Not sure exact range, but it's a little way out, so let's give it a bit of a chuck. Yeah, about there. Got a couple of nice horizon markers to hello, that's going absolutely pants. Right, let's see if this goes out a bit better. Gosh. Yeah, nice. That'll do then, let's wrap it up around the sticks and see what the range is. If I had to guess, 23 wraps. 1, 3, 22, 23, no, 24. Oh, look at that. I've never had that before. Pretty much. So leading up, just casting out into the lake, bang on, pretty much, give an inch or two, 24 wraps. It's never landed anywhere near the distant sticks before. It's usually about here or here, you know, somewhere absolutely random and hard to remember. But yeah, happy days, right. 24 wraps it is. Right down, well, the rods are all wrapped up and I'm pretty much ready to chuck them out into the ponds. I thought I'd just talk you through the sort of rig and setup that I'm using. So I've got a running leg clip, so I've taken the peg out, means you get really good bite indication, but also the carp can't use the weight of the leg to chuck the rig. Got about 8 inches of sort of coated braid there, a couple of sinkers in the middle just to pin it down, and that goes down to the usual Ronnie setup that we both like to use when we're carp fishing. On there I've got a 15mm hard hooker in S7 from DNA and also one of their 12mm yellow pop-ups. So yeah, I can change the rig nice and quickly if hopefully we have a few bites. Now this is going out on 2 of the rods, so I've got one on an orange and also, like I say, this one on a yellow. And then the only difference on the other rods, I'm going to fish a pop-up just for something different, and I've actually got a 15mm sort of plastic imitation bait on there which has been soaking in a load of liquids that yeah, are pungent and do the job usually. So yeah, we've got something a little bit different on that one, using the 15mm artificial pop-up, because to be honest, it's the only large pop-ups I got. I usually like using like a little 12mm, but with the amount of bream in here, I would just get absolutely plagued. So yeah, that's the only 15mm pop-ups I've got. So we'll see what does a bite, if any, and obviously if we start seeing a sort of drastic sort of difference in bites to colours and things like that, or the sort of presentation, then we can swap them all over and try and capitalise on it. So rigs are ready, let's chuck them out in the pond. Here we go. Well, that'll be the mudder rod, happy days. Right then, so the rods are out and they are absolutely sweet. Now baiting wise, I am going to stick a bit of bait out there, but we're not going to go heavy like we have in the past. You know, we've come down here before and put 20 to 30 spods in and yeah, caught from the off, but the water temperatures are definitely starting to drop really quickly. We've got quite a cold wind here today. It's quite high pressure, so conditions aren't sort of ideal. So yeah, I'm going to start with maybe 8 to 10 spods, and then as and when, if I think I should have had a bite, or if I do manage to pick up a bite, then we'll just sort of keep topping it up. So yeah, trickling the bait in rather than loading it up from the start. So yeah, that is the baiting strategy I'm going for. So let's get on with it. Bang on. The left-hander. Didn't open. Of course it didn't. Ah. Oh no, that's looking good. No open. Yes. Bosh. Get in there. Have it. Wallop. Whatever rubbish people come out with. Come on. Happy days. That's our rubbish saying. Happy days. That's a ripper. Well, that's churning off. Whoa, no stopping it. Well, we've had our first bite, and what a bite it was. I mentioned when I was talking through the rig that you know, when you're fishing running leg clips, you can get really good bite indication. I've got a double take, I think, Shaun. I'm going to let the second one run because that's what all the pros say. Yeah, I would, yeah. Double hook up!
You might be catching roach, not carp. It's actually quite weighty, this.
Wow! This is proper churning it up. Okay. Get it set up. Get it set up.
Going again.
Fair enough. Understandable. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? It's sort of gone in the net. Oh, happy days. That's a Carnage. Wet feet.
Good job, mate.
Right then, so this is part 2 of that Manic little brace. It was really nice. Thankfully Shaun was in. It was nice playing one at the same time with him. We haven't done that for a little while, have we, mate? But yeah, a lovely little mirror. Probably about 18 pound, I'm guessing. We're not going to weigh it. Going to slip this one back because the other one is slightly bigger. And yeah, need to get those 2 rods back out and put a bit more bait out. Happy days, it's all coming good. We've just slipped that fish back that I've just shown you. Just about to sort out the other one. Hey up. And yeah, the last remaining rod on the spot has gone rattling off. So 3 bites in the space of 15 minutes maybe. It's amazing when they come over you, they're clearly going round in a shoal, which is not surprising as the water temperature is starting to drop. They'll probably shoal up even more than normal. And they've clearly come over the top of that bait. I put out exactly 10 spods, and I would suggest it was the perfect amount to start being able to pick up a few bites. If I'm honest, I expect I've got very little out there, and yeah, I need to sort these fish out and get some more bait out there if I'm going to keep them there. But I can't grumble. 3 fish, what will be 2 or 3 hours into the session, I'd imagine. I can't grumble. So yeah, we'll play this one in, hopefully get it in at least, and then we'll show you the other fish in that brace, and then finally this one. Cheers, mate. That's one way to get out there, I suppose. This is a new cat from ProLogic. Comes scented with carp slime, because I ain't gonna lie, this is minging right now. But it's an easy way of getting your net out into the water, even if your mate thinks he's being funny. Happy days. Right then, well this is the one that I had the joy of playing in. It's definitely a 20 pounder, still pretty lively on the mat, so going to get a quick photo, slip it back, and then we'll have a look at that third one that we've just been playing in. It's gone crazy. Wicked, wicked start. Get in there. Look at that then, what a cracking 20 pounder. And really has already made the session. Thank you very much. Right, let's get the third one. Right then, well this one's only about a quarter the size of the last one, so we're just going to slip it straight back and not put it through any more. Nice to have 3 bites that quickly. But it's definitely time to get some more bait out there, and also the rods. Let's do it. Right then, well it's about 3:30 and the light is already starting to fade, so I've made sure everything is absolutely sweet before getting these rods back out, in case they're going to stay out into dark. Hopefully we get a few more bites between now and then, but filming always takes a little bit longer getting the fish sorted, so there is a chance the fish have done the off, but fingers crossed. Bang, that's the right hander. I'm not sure if that's just literally gone on the drop. Yeah, it has. It's kiting. Oh my days. That has literally gone on the drop. I thought I was having an absolute moment here. And I was trying to sort my reel handles out. And yeah, it sort of just felt like line kept getting pulled. Oh, I don't even know what to say. Crazy. Not sure what I'm trying to describe, but yeah, in short, I thought something was weird was going on, and it actually turned out I've had a bite on the drop. Unbelievable. I was just saying, maybe due to filming and the time it takes to get the rod sorted, that the fish had done the off. Quite clearly not. Doesn't feel very big, this one, but it's all a bit of fun. Don't get paid to do this, we do this for fun, so. Oh my days. That's what I do. There we go. In the net. That handle come off. You thought my gillying skills earlier on was bad, you wait until you see that back. Swum over the net. Alright, I'm just going to fizz these other 2 rods out while that fish rests down there quickly. It's only another little one, so I think we'll just slip it out the net, but just give it a minute to recover. Rather than faffing around getting this one out, Shaun's trying to get his rods sorted for the evening, so am I, so I'm just going to slip this one straight back. Easier said than done with one hand. Oh, help me out, fella. There we go. Magic. Right, let's get the 3rd rod finally sorted. Right then, well I finally managed to sit down after a hectic hour or so, obviously having those 4 bites and then redoing the rods and putting out another 8 to 10 spods or so. Now I ain't gonna lie, the spodding was pretty horrendous. The rods went absolutely sweet, but yeah, the spodding just didn't seem to go like it did earlier on. I am absolutely shattered after working pretty late yesterday. I went to the gym yesterday, which I don't do enough, so I'm a little bit sore. Loads and loads of excuses that I could use, but the reality is it should have been a little bit better. Now thankfully in this scenario, it's not the end of the world, because I'm looking to sort of fish a spread of boilies. The carp can just sort of graze over, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, it would have been nice if it was a little bit better. What I do need is a cup of tea, so I'm going to fire up the kettle, kick back and relax. The light is starting to go, and yeah, it will be dark in about another hour, or yeah, probably in an hour it will be dark. So I will come back to you before it's time to get in the bag at least, and hopefully we can have another bite between now and then. Right then, well, just had a bite on the middle rod. Truth be told, I was playing it a bit too hard if I'm honest, and yeah, it's dropped off, but I literally sat back in the chair to sort out the rig and get the rod back out, and the left hand is gone, so there is clearly some fish about, and putting a bit of bait in is working. Don't even know if I've got enough bait, to be honest. What on earth? Oh, there we go, second attempt. Right, I'm going to try and do this one quick. So we've had another bite. We managed to get the kettle on, but it hadn't even started to boil, get even close before we had another bite. In fact, we had two. Unfortunately, one dropped off. I was probably giving it a bit too much stick. But yeah, he's still very lively. Another lovely one. Might be getting towards £20. But yeah, the bites seem to keep on coming when we put the bait in. I'm just a little bit worried about how much bait I've got left now, to be honest, but a good problem to have. Right, we're slipping back and get that kettle on and some food because I'm absolutely starving. Happy days. What a lovely carp. Happy days. Right then, well this is fish number 6. It's only a small little common, so I'm just going to try and help him out of the net. There we go. Only a little common. But nice to get another bite after a quiet spell of about an hour or so. Right then, well we've had to slip another layer on and we're currently chain drinking tea, or at least I am, while Shaun's working his swim, and yeah, the temperature has definitely dropped a little bit. Last time I spoke to you, we just slipped back number 6, which yeah, I'm absolutely chuffed with. What a brilliant session it's been. Didn't expect to have 6 bites in about 6 hours angling or so. Now where my head's at the moment is I'm absolutely knackered, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to reel the rods in before I get in the bag so I don't get sort of disturbed in the middle of the night, and then yeah, hit the ground running again early morning to try and sort of maximise that early morning period before we've got to be off around sort of late morning or midday. So yeah, that's my plan of attack at the moment. I don't know if that's something you would do, or am I absolutely bonkers? Obviously I've paid to be here, and yeah, not fishing at night maybe doesn't make sort of financial sense for me. I've got to go home and obviously, you know, be with the family and look after the little one and so on. And so I just feel like having a good night's sleep, I'll go home, fulfill those duties, but also probably angle better in the morning as well. That's where I'm thinking at the moment. We'll see. But yeah, this will probably be the last update. I'm going to keep chain drinking some tea, catch up and chew the fat with my mate, and de-stress after a busy week for us both. And yeah, I guess I'll probably see you in the morning for a little bit of a update and go from there. Good night. Right then, well, good morning. Got a coffee in hand, so I suppose that makes it a coffee update. Now, I did reel the rods in last night, like I said I was gonna. I was absolutely shattered. Shaun made a good suggestion of sort of putting out a bit of bait as a free offering to try and, you know, speed up maybe getting an early morning bite. Now, I did manage to get a few spods out there, but then well, the spod cracked off. I think it must have got caught up in the rings. And then, yeah, somehow when I was re-wrapping the rod up after putting a new leader on, getting another spod out of the van, yeah, the braid sort of cut itself at about 24 rod lengths. So yeah, absolute calamity. So at that point, the rod went into the van with the other 3 rods, and that was that. We've had a good sleep, so we're sort of fresh to go this morning. Got a beautiful coffee in hand. The rods are back out there already. The light levels were too poor for me to film it. There's loads of people turning up all around us, so you might hear some noise in the background, and yeah, there's leads going absolutely everywhere. I don't know if that's going to affect the fishing, but my rods are out before they've all made their disturbance, so fingers crossed the fish will drop back over the top of me, and we can pick up another bite or 2 before we've got to go home in a few hours' time. Right then, well I thought I'd just talk you through the bait that I've been using on this session. So it's nice and simple, large boilies so I don't get hammered by the bream. So I've got some 18mm S7 and a few 15mm bug, obviously both from DNA. Now what I did 24 hours before I came, I soaked them in some warm water along with some S7 spod syrup. And what that means is the boilies not only take on the attractants of the liquid, but they also, by taking on some of the water, become heavier, and that can help obviously with the spodding. Now obviously from the results of this session, it's clearly working. It's something that's done us well up here in the past, and something when we come back here I will definitely be continuing. Right then, well, it's looking pretty bleak out in front of me this morning, I'm not going to lie. I think with all the leads and sort of pressure the lake suddenly got this morning, I think it's just sort of quietened off and yeah, shut up shop a little bit. But then the right hand rod's gone trickling off and we've had a bite, and yeah, like a noddy, I've dropped it off. I was putting probably too much pressure through it, trying to get it away from the people to my right so I didn't wipe them out or cause any dramas with that. And yeah, using the 13-foot 3 3/4 Inspires, they are pretty beefy rods. And yeah, I think I've just managed to pop the hook. So yeah, Carp 1, Hugh 0 this morning at least. But I'm going to employ Shaun to put out a few more spots for me. I'm using his setup, or he's going to be using his setup. I don't want to crack off his spot as well because I'll have to be buying 2 spots. And yeah, he's, to be fair, a much better caster than me anyway. So I'm going to employ him to put out a few spots for me and see if we can trigger another bite. Right then, well, I've employed Shaun, as I mentioned I was going to earlier, to put some spods out for me. No pressure, Shaun. He gives it a large one that he's this mega caster.
Do I?
Yeah, you do. Don't try and be it. Pretend. Not going to hit the clip. Nope, that one's about 18. So, wow. Pretty certain I could have done that with.
I could tell that wouldn't go anywhere.
Pretty certain I could have thrown that there. So good. Yep.
Oh,
should have done it myself.
Got to warm the shoulder up.
Warm his shoulder up, he's just said, ladies and gentlemen. Warm his shoulder up.
That was a distraction one for the bream.
Distraction, right. He's coming out of all sorts of excuses here. Distraction ones for the bream, he's got to warm his shoulders up. What you didn't hear off camera is that he was giving it the absolute large one, like, oh, you got a medium casting glove, and oh, you want me to spawn for you? Yeah, I don't want to crack off your spawn. Right, he's giving out a large one, so that's going right. Yep. Wow. Borderline hit the clip.
Yeah, that was rubbish.
So, well, yeah, if we could just go left of that and you maybe hit the clip a little bit more confidently, that'd be wonderful, mate. By which time I'll pack up and go home. Okay, next excuse, ladies and gentlemen. So you caught a PB roach today. I'm not going to tell you how big it is because you have to check out the video, but even I, as a carp angler, was pretty impressed by it. And now he's using that, you know, his head's gone because he's still living off the dream of that. I'm pretty certain that should make your angle better, the buzz, but yeah, that's the next excuse, ladies and gentlemen. What will be next?
Silty, the ground.
What's this? A bit silty ground. Soft underfoot, he's saying. That one's going left. No, I'll give you that. That's okay. That's the left hand rod. What was that, number 4? 3? 3.
Third time lucky, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll take that, to be fair. In reality, you're going to use none of this audio because I'm mugging you off the whole time.
Why not? Depends if it works.
True, yeah, it might not work. That's a nice one. Yeah, give you that. Number 4, well polished. Right then, well, it's come to that time, unfortunately, the end of the session, and nothing more to report. Unfortunately, putting that bait in hasn't triggered a response like I'd hoped, and dropping that fish off this morning is a little bit wounding, as it would have been a lovely way to have round up the session. But it is what it is. We've had a wicked session, 6 fish in total, and yeah, I've really enjoyed being back out on the bank, doing 24 hours and spending a bit of time with me old mate. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe so you don't miss any videos going forward. And until next time, get out the bank, be lucky, and most importantly, just enjoy your fishing.